everybody, and welcome to Responsible AI in Action with the Responsible AI Institute, where we are talking with some of the leading experts in responsible AI. I am so excited to have Siwei Lyu joining us today. Siwei, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
I'm so excited to get the opportunity to talk with you. You're currently a SUNY Empire Innovation Professor at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Buffalo, as well as the director of the UB Media Forensic Lab and the founding co-director of the Center for Information Integrity. It's really been incredible to learn more about your career and your journey and your research as well, and just how you're involved in a variety of these different capacities. I know that some of your research focuses on digital media forensics. So I'm wondering if you could share with our viewers what exactly is digital media forensics?
Okay, so digital media forensics is a relatively new research field as a subfield of artificial intelligence, and it is developed in response to the widespread use of digital formats of audiovisual media. So I'm talking about here images, audio, and videos. And since they're in digital format, they become much easier to manipulate, editing, or modify with digital means. Previously, it's non-AI techniques. We talk about Photoshops or audio splicing. But with the recent development of generative AI, we have deepfakes, which are AI-driven media editing and synthesis. So all of this are posing problems for our ability to tell them apart from the actual real audiovisual media. And subsequently, there are impacts in terms of information integrity, authenticity, and also various kind of misuses of this manipulated or misused, abused, generated, manipulated media. So multimedia, digital media forensics is a research area that aims to develop technologies or computer algorithms that can be used to expose such manipulations or synthesis and even provide more information about the manipulation and synthesis process. So it's an exciting research area and it's very useful in the current context.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It's fascinating to hear about this because and it's interesting to kind of hear the history about it as well as you were mentioning Photoshop, and just to think about how far we've come. It must be amazing to analyze that and see that in the research. Of course, we've seen a lot of news stories recently about deep fakes. I would love to hear your perspective on that, with a lot that, deep fakes has been in the news a lot within the recent months. What is your take as a researcher for what's happening?
Well, I think it's as a researcher, both in the area of artificial intelligence as well as in digital media forensics, I'm seeing this development from its very nascence. And I think my overall reaction is amazed on one side and also scared on the other. So the amazing part is, I've been following generative AI technology since the early 2010s. That's when neural network and deep neural network and the new generative AI models were just being developed. And the first few models, generation models, created contents uh, looks better than the previous generation, but it's still very far from being, confused by actual human viewers or listeners. And it's amazing to see this technology starting from about 10 years ago grows into such a level of maturity and sophistication in just a few years. And what's even more amazing is the development almost take exponential growth. So at the very beginning, the first few years, I work in this area. I read all the research papers, most of the important research papers in generative AI models. The development for the initial years was quite slow, and there are a lot of trial and error. But after I think about 2021, 2022, especially coincidentally with the explosive popularity of ChatGPT large language models, the generative AI models also come into the spotlight. So we have all this image synthesis models and video manipulation, video editing methods developed using AI algorithms becomes very sophisticated and easy to use. So they are, I think, what I'm seeing, the significant improvements are in their running time efficiency. So we can now basically do it in a matter of minutes instead of a couple of days or weeks. Their accessibility. Many of these tools are provided with easy to use web-based interface. So you do not even need to know programming or, any, I'll say, deeper knowledge of artificial intelligence to use these tools, but also their quality. So the most recent example of OpenAI's Sora demonstrate like the crown jewel of generative AI, where you start with text, create highly convincingly realistic videos of certain of length more than a couple seconds. That's really impressive development. And these are the new forms, and people becomes very creative. Researchers become very explorative in terms of how can we synthesize and edit audiovisual media. So I think on top of this, we see improved quality, we see improved quantity and quality. So overall, the generative AI era is seeing its booming era. Now, that's the amazing part. The scary part is the quality becomes so high, and at the same time, the number is so big, and they are basically plaguing on the social media. And this deepfakes, AI generated media content, if we do not have efficient and effective means to tell them apart from the real media, then it will cause a lot of confusion, chaos, and also do harms to at the individual level, to the society and democracy at large. So I think that's the scary part. We have to have some measures to counteract this explosive development of generative AI and deepfakes.
Yeah, you make some really good points, Siwei. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I know that some of your research has also been a bit about deepfake detection as well. And I think that's going to play a really critical role in spotting what's real and what's not. And as you were saying, getting to a point where it's looking, it's maybe not quite there yet, but it's starting to look very close to reality. So, how do
Yeah.
you think that deep fake detection could help mitigate some of these issues that you're bringing up?
Yes, I think that's a deepfake detection is a very important means to slow down this problem we're facing with generative AI and deepfakes. At the highest level, I think the existence of detection algorithms will at least deter some of the simple use of generative AI to spread falsified information. And the detection algorithm most targeting those generated or edited media directly using AI tools without extensive post-processing. So this is the most common use cases when somebody want to mass produce some disinformation with AI models. But I have to say, all these detection algorithms are not perfect. It's not our goal to completely eliminate the possibility of media manipulation and synthesis. Number one is not necessary because there are also positive use of generated contents. Number two, I don't think it's impossible because again, for somebody put a lot of efforts, they can reduce and or even completely eliminate features that detection algorithms use to expose deepfakes. So what I think the right picture of role deepfake detection algorithms is like a safety valve. So it basically controls the speed and the spread of the impact of AI generated contents so that, for somebody to actually want to do certain things, we increase the cost, we raise the barrier. So adding more frictions to the process, to say, so to speak. So I think in that sense, it's an important countermeasure to develop to help to have this problem under control. But the other side of this is, we're hugely underinvested, especially compared with the development of generative AI technologies. So that's why every time I have a chance, I will call for more attention and maybe investment into this line of research so that we're able to catch up with the astronomical development of generative AI technologies.
Yeah, it's incredible how quick the technology is moving, and I feel like we as a society are just trying our best to keep up, and so it'll be exciting and interesting just to see how the technology develops. Siwei, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to join us on the show again. It's because of researchers like yourself that we as a society are able to develop a deeper understanding of this very exciting technology that's coming out. And at the same time, also educating ourselves on the potential risks as well. So, thank you so much. Before we part ways, I'm wondering if you could just share with our viewers where they could find out more information about you and all the work that you're doing.
Well, you can just directly go to my personal website at the UB Computer Science and Engineering Department. That include all my research work and some of my publications and research experiences. So I'm also happy to answer individual questions by email or by phone. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure to talk with you today. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, make sure to include the resources in our show description. So, all of our viewers, all you have to do is scroll down and click those various links provided. Siwei, thank you so much again.
Thank you.